Welcome to Trigonometry video lecture for section 2.3 on solving right triangles. So when solving right triangles, we will assume that C is the right angle, capital C, in all of our right triangles unless otherwise noted. And you're going to need to apply your rules for significant digits or significant figures if you're not directed as to how many decimals you need to round your final answers. However, most of the time, I'm always looking out for you. I'll tell you how many decimal places I want your final answers to be because I don't need you worrying about significant digits too much in your math class especially. You can save that for science. So don't round until the final step, otherwise you'll have rounding errors. So leave as much in your calculator and work with the calculator. Get familiar with it so that you don't have to keep clearing and re-entering and rounding along the way. But that's pretty much it. So here we're going to work through some examples with right triangles. And I'm telling you right now, just round your final answers to 2 decimal places. Okay, so first example, find the missing part of the triangle. Just find whatever they're asking for. They're telling us angle A is 42 degrees. Side C, I know that's side C for 2 reasons. 1, they use a lowercase letter, and 2, it's being measured in centimeters, not degrees. And they want us to find angle B. So first off, just draw a right triangle. It does not need to be to scale in any sort of way. You just need to have it there so you can place all the information that's given to you and organize everything. So here I'm going to indicate that's angle C, right? That's my right angle. And side C is 89 centimeters. So I'll label that. And then it doesn't matter which one's A, which one's B. Do whatever moves you. I'll call angle A the angle down here. That's 42 degrees. So that would be side A. This is angle B, which I don't have, and they want side B. They want me to find side B. So here we're going to look at, in reference to the angle that they gave us, 42 degrees, side B is the adjacent side. This is adjacent. And I have the hypotenuse. So you're going to have to decide based on SOHCAHTOA, sine, cosine, and tangent, TOA, which trigonometric ratio will help us solve for B. So I have the adjacent side and I have the hypotenuse. So that would work for cosine. So we have cosine of 42 degrees is equal to the adjacent side, which is B, over 89. I never put units in the equations, I just put them at the very end. All right, so to solve for B, I'm going to multiply both sides by 89. So it cancels out over here on the right. And then now we're going to get our calculators out. So B equals 89 times cosine of 42 degrees. And we'll round this to 2 decimal places. So you should get 66.14. And now I need to put my units. Everything's being measured here. The sides are being measured in centimeters. So this is 66.14 centimeters. And that's it. Okay, let's look at another example. Here they're giving me angle B, which is 24.5 degrees, side C, which is 3.45 feet, and they want us to find angle B. So here's angle C. Side C is 3.45 feet. And angle B, which they gave us, is 24.5 degrees. They want us to find side B. All right. So in reference to the angle that they gave us, I'm trying to find the opposite side, and I have the hypotenuse. So which trigonometric ratio or function works with the opposite and hypotenuse sides? That's right, it's sine. So that means sine of 24.5 degrees is going to equal B over 3.45. And then from here, same as last time, I'm going to multiply both sides by 3.45. So B equals 3.45 times sine of 24.5 degrees. And this comes out to 1.43 feet. All right, good. Now let's change things up a little bit. Here, they're giving me side A and side B, and they want us to find angle A. Angle A, interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna draw my triangle again. Remember, C represents the right angle. So here's side C, and it doesn't matter which one's A, which one's B. So side A is 16 centimeters, that's gonna be over here. Side B is 29 centimeters, and they want me to find angle A. All right, so in reference to the angle that we're working with, I have the opposite side and I have the adjacent side. So opposite and adjacent, that means it's time for tangent. So tangent of A is equal to 16 over 29. And then now this is where it's a little different. So since we're trying to find an angle, I'm going to use an inverse trig function. So remember in the previous video, we practiced doing that in our calculators. So A is equal to tan inverse, make sure you use that key on the calculator, of 16 over 29. And then we're rounding to 2 decimal places, so you should get about 28.89 degrees. Okay, and don't worry about having to divide 16 over 29 ahead of time. As long as you have a scientific calculator, then it will take care of all of that for you, and you'll have the most accurate answer possible. All right, good. A few more. So here they're giving me side C, which is equal to 45.54 feet, and side A, which is 23.32 feet, and we need to find angle B. How do I know it's an angle? Very good. They used a capital letter, so that's an angle. So angle C is always the 90-degree angle. That side measures 45.54 feet. And then I'll call this angle A. This is angle B. And they have given me side A, which is 23.32 feet. So we need to find angle B. Okay, so in reference to angle B, what are we working with? This is the adjacent side, and this is the hypotenuse. So adjacent and hypotenuse, it's time to use our good friend cosine. So cosine of B is equal to 23.32 divided by 45.54. Don't waste time punching that part in the calculator. It's not exciting. So B is equal to cosine inverse of 23.32 over 45.54. Let your calculator do all the dirty work, and you should get 59.20 degrees. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Good. Hopefully this section's pretty straightforward, and you might have done something like this in a previous math class. Geometry, something like that. Okay. Last example says find all the missing parts of the triangle. So whatever they don't give us, they want us to find. When that happens, I like to just list everything out nicely. So we're going to list all the sides. We need A, B, C, and the angles. Capital A, B, C. So let's fill in what we already know. I know angle B is 44.44 degrees, and side A is 5.555 miles. And I actually know angle C, that's always 90 degrees. We're going to work on filling in the rest here. All right, so here's angle C. I don't have side C. And then I'll say this is angle A, this is angle B. Angle B is 44.44 degrees. And I have side A, which is 5.555 miles. Okay, well, I can find angle A pretty easily. Why do I say that? Well, I know all of the angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. If I'm working with the right triangle, the two acute angles have to add up to 90. So straight away, I can get angle A. Angle A is going to be 90 minus 44.44 degrees. Okay, so 90 minus 44.44 is 45.56 degrees. So I'll label that in here, 45.56 degrees. Lovely, we're in good shape. We only are missing two pieces of information. We're missing side B and side C. Okay, so let's go ahead, let's focus on getting side B. You have some options here because now that I know this is 45.56 degrees, I can either work with that angle, angle A, or I can work with what they gave us, angle B. Just as a typical rule of thumb, I like to work with what they gave us, just in case I had to round to find the other angle. In this case for A, we didn't have to round. It was 45.56 degrees, end of story, so no problem if you ended up using that. But in certain problems later on, you might round to find some missing parts of a triangle, so it's better not to use that to compute more values or to find other sides and angles. So I like to just always use what's given. So I'm going to use 44.44 degrees, and let's go ahead and try to find side B, okay? So since I have side A, I'm looking at this 44.44 degree angle. I'm after the opposite side and I have the adjacent side. So that means it's time for tangent. So tangent of 44.44 degrees is equal to B over 5.555. That means B equals 5.555 times, where'd my extra 5 go? Tangent of 44.44 degrees. Okay, this you're just going to do in the calculator. So 5.555 times tangent of 44.44, and you should get 5.447, so we'll round that to 5.45 miles. Okay, so that's side B, and here was angle A. Okay, let's fill it in here. So side B is 5.45 miles. And now all I need is side C. Okay, so a couple options. One thing you could do is the Pythagorean theorem, because we know a squared plus b squared equals c squared. However, I'm hesitant to do that just because I'm going to have to use b, which I found, but remember we rounded in this answer. So to make sure that C is as accurate as possible, I'm going to avoid that. And I'm just going to use instead, let's see. If I'm after side C, which is the hypotenuse, I'm looking at this angle that they gave us, and I have the adjacent side, then it's time to use cosine. So that means cosine of 44.44 degrees is equal to 5.555 divided by C. Okay, multiplying both sides by C, I have C times cosine of 44.44 degrees equals 5.555. So that means side C equals 5.555 divided by cosine of 44.44 degrees. And then now let's punch that in our calculator and see what we got. And I have 7.780, so 7.78 miles. Okay, good. Now, you can try with the Pythagorean theorem. Let's see if we have much error or not. So we were trying to find side C. A squared, A was 5.555 squared plus, what did we get for B? 5.45 squared equals C squared. So c squared is equal to, you could just do this in your calculator and not even write it out for me. That's fine. But it's equal to 60.560525. Then you take the square root of that. You don't need plus or minus. So c is 7.78. I have a 2, but if we round to only 2 decimal places, we get the same answer. But remember, this was 7.780, which I trust more. Why do I trust it more? Because remember, this number was rounded. Where here, when I computed c, none of these values here were rounded. Okay? Just to show you how sometimes you can run into just a wee bit of trouble depending on what intermediate values you use and how you set up your problems. Don't stress too much about it. Don't lose sleep over it, but it's just important to be aware now because later on things will get more complicated. All right, so that concludes the lesson. Coming up next are applications. Yay, how exciting.